Welcome back to Car Auto Tune-Up. Today, we're diving into the latest beast from Stuttgart, the 2026 Porsche 911 GT2 RS. If you're a fan of power, precision, and unfiltered driving excitement, then you're going to want to stick around for this one. We're going to walk through every curve, detail, and bolt of this new generation GT2 RS, starting from its aggressive exterior, moving into the tech-rich interior, before we fire it up and take it for a performance review you don't want to miss. Let's kick things off with what hits you first at the front. And wow, does it make a statement? The 2026 GT2 RS doesn't whisper performance, it shouts it. You've got a wider front fascia than the previous model, integrated with large, angular air intakes flanking the signature LED matrix headlights. These aren't just for looks, they serve an aerodynamic function, channeling air directly to the front brakes and radiators. The hood features twin NACA ducts, a subtle callback to racing heritage and a functional improvement in cooling. The carbon fiber reinforced front splitter has been redesigned for 2026, improving downforce at high speeds, and it's finished in raw carbon texture for that motorsport-ready feel. Even the badging is minimally, just the sleek Porsche crest resting quietly above the grille. It's more fighter jet than sports car now, with active aero features that adjust depending on your drive mode and speed. Move to the side and the athleticism of the GT2 RS becomes undeniable. The car sits slower and wider than a standard 911. You'll immediately notice the enormous fender flares housing new 21-inch centerlock forged wheels in the front, with 22s at the rear, wrapped in Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2R tires developed specifically for this car. The side skirts have been widened, again carbon fiber, and now feature air blades that channel turbulence down the body for increased aerodynamic efficiency. Behind the doors, carbon fiber intakes feed air to the upgraded twin-turbo engine sitting just inches behind your back. There's no mistaking this car for anything pedestrian. The door handles remain flush and unobtrusive, a small nod to Porsche's effort to keep the drag coefficient razor sharp. And of course, that little GT2 RS logo just behind the front fender is the only badge of warning, a clue that what you're looking at isn't just fast, it's devastating. Now around the back is where things get even wilder. Dominating your view is a massive fixed rear wing, adjustable manually and mounted on swan neck struts, inspired by Porsche's race cars. It's not just for drama, it actively works with the rear diffuser and underbody vortex generators to deliver over 900 pounds of downforce at speed. The taillights retain Porsche's sleek wraparound light bar, but they're now more angular, giving a slightly more aggressive appearance compared to the last GT2 RS. The bumper is all business, a huge mesh vents for air evacuation, integrated reflectors, and most notably, the massive centrally mounted titanium exhaust tips. The new titanium exhaust system saves almost 15 pounds over the last model and has been acoustically tuned to produce what might be the most feral sound Porsche has ever unleashed on the street. Now step inside and you'll find that the 2026 GT2 RS is still a driver-first environment, but it's had a serious modern upgrade. Gone are the analog touches of old, replaced by a digital cockpit that still manages to feel mechanical and raw. The 12.3-inch digital cluster is customizable but retains the classic Porsche central tech layout. The infotainment screen is seamlessly integrated into the dash with wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and native Porsche Connect services. But let's be honest, no one's buying a GT2 RS to fiddle with Spotify. The steering wheel is pure race car, lightweight, trimmed in Alcantara with yellow 12 o'clock stripe and integrated drive mode selectors. You've got options here: a normal, sport, sport plus, and individual A. But Porsche has also introduced a new track mode, which automatically configures aerodynamics, suspension, and traction settings for optimal lap times. The paddles behind the wheel are magnesium, giving a metallic click that's mechanical and satisfying. The seats are fixed back carbon fiber buckets, a standard, deep bolstering, Alcantara surfaces, and optional hatch package embroidery. You can go for full leather if you like, but purists will want the bare carbon and 6-point harness mounts. There's almost no sound insulation in this car. You hear everything: tire roar, turbo spool, exhaust crackles, and that's the point. Rear seats, forget it. They've been replaced by a rear strut brace as part of the weight savings program. Even the carpets are lighter than the standard 911. Porsche's obsession with shaving grams is evident in every corner. Optional magnesium wheels, thinner glass, and a roof made of carbon fiber reinforced plastic. All told, The car weighs just under 3,100 pounds, a nearly 100 pounds lighter than the previous GT2 RS. And now, to the heart of it, add a performance. Under the hood, that rear engine cover is a 4.0-liter twin-turbocharged flat-six pushing out 750 horsepower and 750 newton-meters of torque. That's 553 pound-feet. Let that sink in. 0 to 60 happens in 2.4 seconds. And top speed, 218 miles per hour. It's the most powerful street-legal 911 ever made. Porsche has revised the turbochargers for better thermal efficiency, added water injection, and reworked the EQ mapping to deliver power more linearly across the rev range. Braking is handled by Porsche ceramic composite brakes, a massive 410mm rotors in front, 390mm at the rear, clamped by 6-piston and 4-piston calipers respectively. The feel is immediate and confidence-inspiring. There's no fade, even after repeated high-speed runs. Steering feel is perhaps the most surprising aspect. Porsche has managed to keep hydraulic-like feedback in an electric system. Turn-in is immediate, and there's actual weight and feedback mid-corner. It doesn't just follow your commands, it reads your thoughts. Fuel economy? Frankly, if you're worried about gas mileage, this isn't your car. But Porsche has fitted a start-stop system and cylinder deactivation to help it stay just barely on the civilized side of outrageous. Now let's talk about pricing. The base MSRP for the 2026 Porsche 911 GT2 RS starts at $355,000, but that's before options. Opt for the Weissach Package A, which includes magnesium wheels, carbon roof, and additional weight savings, and you're looking at another $40,000. Fully loaded, this car can stretch beyond $420,000. And yes, there's already a wait list, but here's the thing, it's worth it. Not just because it's fast, not just because it looks like a predator stalking the road, but because it represents the pinnacle of what a rear-engine, rear-wheel drive 911 can be. It's a car that demands attention, demands skill, and most of all, rewards those who are brave enough to push it to its limits. Whether you're chasing lap records or just soaking up mountain road miles on a Sunday morning, the 2026 GT2 RS makes every single second behind the wheel feel like an event. It's raw, loud, uncompromising, and yet somehow refined in its chaos. It doesn't try to be comfortable, or quiet, or digital. It tries to be fast. And it is a brutally, unapologetically fast. So what's the verdict? The 2026 Porsche 911 GT2 RS isn't just a supercar. It's the distilled essence of Porsche's motorsport heritage, wrapped in carbon fiber, turbocharged, and ready to terrify Ferraris, Lambos, and McLarens alike. It's the last word in analog sensation in a world rapidly turning digital. And it might just be the greatest 911 ever made. Thanks for sticking with us on this deep dive into one of the most extreme Porsches ever built. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Car Auto Tune-Up, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next review. Got questions about the GT2 RS? Drop them in the comments, we read every single one. Until next time, stay fast, stay curious, and keep tuning.